mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them. With your mans and them. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I like that.
We live, we live, we live.
Yo,
Yo, yo, yo, yo, yo, yo, yo, yo, yo.
It's Wednesday night. Wake the fuck up.
Wednesday
Yo,
night.
I like
we about
this
to
intro.
get right.
I love this intro.
You don't want to fight?
You are now watching Your Mans in them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
Yes, sir. I'm your man's Austin Felix.
Shout out to Kyrie. Oh, shit.
And I'm your man, Shakespeare, in a random studio in Brooklyn, New York. This is your man's in them live.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Lily, what's up? If you in the chat, let yourself be heard. Let yourself be known.
Can I get a oh yeah?
What up, Lily? Tell us how your day is going. Lily, I think I seen you the other day, girl.
Yo, this ain't an R&B track. I think I see you the other day, girl.
Speaking of R&B,
This nigga
let's
Drew,
talk about how much
Drew
I don't
really
like it.
don't like R&B.
That's weird.
I like R&B. I could fuck to R&B.
But you don't sing R&B.
I don't.
You think you too tough for R&B?
I'm
nigga?
not tough, nigga, but
just so you know.
I'm not tough
Said
at
I'm
all.
not tough.
I fuck Daniel Caesar's album. I fucked to Daniel Caesar's album. Brett
I'm
Fires.
not really familiar with Daniel Caesar. Maybe
Freudian?
know like 2 songs.
You know Freudian?
Who that?
The album by Daniel
Daniel
Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh no, I didn't.
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
listen
I
to
If
that.
a leopard never changes
Okay.
his spots,
Okay.
I
Where
cannot
was this
change
energy?
what I
Hold on.
got.
Let me
We
tell
had a
you-
whole
Transform.
R&B verses in here, and Drew was
Let
quiet.
me tell y'all a
straight
funny,
face.
Let me tell y'all a funny story. So one time I'm dealing
Make it quick.
with
I'm
my
sorry, I'm just messing with you.
again.
I'm messing
One
with
time,
you.
bitch. One time I'm dealing with like an ex from a while ago. Like this is 07, right?
Damn.
So she come over to the crib. Sorry, mom. She comes over to the crib and and like we we start whatever doing the thing whatever right.
Yeah.
Sex.
So yes, a lot of it. And then she was like, "Oh, put some music on, right?" So like at that time I had like Time Warner cable, so it had the music
Not
choice.
Time Warner.
Time Warner. It had the music choice shit where you just put it on the channel to play
Facts.
music.
Yeah, New York One.
So like at this time, like yo, this is my girl, whatever, right? The fucking Sean Kingston comes on. Way too beautiful, girl. Why it'll never work. Ask me if I stop.
no.
No, sir. Kept going. I'm reaching for the remote. Like, we gotta. I'm like, we gotta change it.
That's not a bad song to fuck to.
Yes, it is.
You could do boom, boom, boom.
Nigga,
No?
Let me stop.
You what?
That's how it go.
You was about to say something. What? You what?
I fucked the what's that song?
Nigga, Lion King?
No.
That's what this nigga fucked to because he looked like Simba.
I like fucking the movies.
What?
Movies.
In
Dead
TV
ass?
shows.
That's true.
Fuck to a movie.
Wait, what movie are you
it don't
fucking
matter.
to?
It don't matter what's on.
It's
You
a,
ever-
it gotta be a movie I'm enjoying too.
Right.
Just clapping. And you peek over at the TV.
Right.
Yeah, that's my part.
Yo, I'm
You ever been
I
at
used to
like
fuck
you
to
ever
The
been at a
Office all
shorty
the
crib?
time.
The Office.
The Office. That shit used to be playing all the time. And Martin.
Yo, who I could fuck to Martin.
Yo, especially the intro. When the intro come on.
Boom, boom, boom. You ever
Yes.
So when? Oh, wow. Anyway,
I was waiting to figure out what it was.
me too. Like you ever dealt with like a shorty and she had her room set up where the TV was behind you, and like you heard like a good part, you just turned around just to see what it was.
Yeah, that's me.
Sometimes I use what's on TV to stop me from nothing like fast.
Just change his mind real
You
quick.
know? Like you gotta watch TV, so you like, all right, let me just,
So the
let me
Fast
just
and-
not
so the
focus
Fast
on
and
this.
the Furious would be
I
the
never really
worst
had that
thing to
problem,
play.
bro.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, 10-hour pumper.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Reigning champ.
It's cap.
Shit.
We've all been there, right, fellas?
What, pumping 10 hours?
No, I'm
Oh,
saying,
I was saying, nigga, who?
right?
I've been there.
Yeah.
What?
We all
Shit.
been there. You know what I'm talking about, Austin. Stop playing dumb.
Takes weeks before I nut.
That's unlikely.
That doesn't. I was about to say that. Don't sound like it's good for you. All right, moving on.
I don't know who you fucking, but that is just terrible pussy.
Lily says Lily
It's
says
not.
my day was all right. I'm just exhausted. Yo, we appreciate you winding down with your mans in them live. Go grab you a
Winding down.
go grab you a glass of wine real quick.
It's the
Lily.
YMATL hour.
Just-
YMATL.
Yeah.
Just know that your Mans in Them Live is your source of entertainment on Wednesday night.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of that, let's speak about my birthday. Y'all didn't shout out last week.
That's my fault.
That's
my
fucked up.
fault. I'm not gonna lie. That's my
fucked
fault.
up. It's fucked up. My birthday was on
Happy
Tuesday.
birthday
Day to you.
Hey, man, for real.
Happy birthday to you.
For me?
We got some music for you.
Happy birthday, Dick Lagusta.
Me? Word?
Happy birthday to you.
You should have never went on
Vacation. Shoulda never went on vacation. Shoulda never went on vacation.
Then you would have got your congratulations.
Yo, bitch.
Nah. How I celebrated my birthday this year was amazing. I basically went to 3 new places I've never been to before. And like on my birthday, I was just in content. I was just happy. Like there was nothing I was worried about. It was just like my birthday came and I was just like, because I just came back from So I went to Miami. I know
I was
that.
waiting for it. I was waiting for you
I
to
went
say.
to Miami. All right. Y'all
Miami.
knew that already. Austin was there.
We was there. He wasn't.
He wasn't either.
He wasn't
wasn't.
either.
All right.
After that,
Shout out Kyrie though. Kyrie was
Kyrie
there too.
was there too, turning up. Not really. You know, he was in the hotel.
Wow.
I went to Canada right after that, and my birthday came after that. The day after my birthday, I went to the Bahamas,
Wait, Canada's a big place.
You
We're in
just a
Canada.
bad bitch.
Toronto.
Who flying you out?
You just a bad bitch.
His name started with a D.
You out here selling dick.
God.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Pause. But nah, like
Hey, don't pause.
we just had a whole conversation about birthdays and like putting more effort into celebrating them, like
We did,
instead of
yep.
letting it go by. So this is the first year I actually said, like, you know what, I'm just gonna take off and enjoy myself, and that's what I
You
did.
gonna continue this? Like,
Hell yeah! At least I need to take at least 2 weeks off. My
Why you
birthday.
mad?
So the
weeks
last,
off?
2 weeks.
the last
At
time
least
we
I'm
had the
gonna try.
conversation, we said that guys don't usually put that much effort into their birthdays.
Yeah,
Right.
Now that you had that experience,
Yeah.
you would advise guys otherwise.
yeah. I would advise you. Listen, if you can
Advise
take,
guys otherwise. I should be a rapper.
Oh, that's a
it's a
bar.
fact. Yo, come on, keep going.
No.
All right.
Nigga, did you shape up your eyebrows?
Oh my god.
Yo, why you staring at him hard,
Right.
bro?
That's
Did you just talk
that's
about
harassment.
I'm sorry.
That's harassment.
That's harassment.
Everybody's saying happy birthday to you, Gus. Marquis says,
thank you,
no,
thank you.
Creative Myth says, happy 30th birthday.
and
Marquis
I'm not
says
there
30.
yet.
30, I believe Gus is way older than that. He
Oh,
looks at
damn.
least 37.
God.
You know what? They right. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37. I'm fathering y'all.
Oh, shit.
Then I got indigestion and diarrhea. Damn.
Oh,
Nigga
shit.
said he looked 37, at least
But,
37.
Here's what I found out about traveling. Like, I'm addicted to being solo. Like, I like being dolo outside. And Canada was a solo trip. And I realized, like, all my trips, I'm usually sharing a hotel room with somebody. Whether it's, like somebody that I'm going, like, on a trip with, or girls, or my friends.
Your boys. That's why I say your boys.
All right, so
You don't want to say
This
it?
time I
Nigga,
was
you
solo.
say it. You stayed with your boys.
yeah, I was laying up with my niggas.
No,
But
see, I tried to make it. All right, go ahead.
so I realized, like, yo, I never had a room by myself. So that was a good ass experience, which made me realize, like, oh shit, like I'm still living with my parents at the moment, and I'm like, yo, it's been time to go, but it's time to go. Like next year, like tomorrow, like it's time to go. Being solo, being in, like walking into the crib alone, well, the hotel room and all that shit, I was just like, wow, I need that. I need that more. But yeah. So which had me thinking about a conversation about being on the nipple, right? So being on the nipple is when you still kind of like mooching off your parents.
Yeah.
Whether it's from you being housed by them or you having joint accounts with them or whatever.
Still on the same family plan.
Exactly. Still in the same, like you're still doing laundry over there, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Mooching?
Yeah.
I think mooching is a strong word if you actually have a job. Like if you're actually paying bills. That's not mooching.
okay.
I wouldn't say mooching.
So what would
agree
you
to
say
that.
if it's not mooching?
I would say
Some
that-
people do mooch though. Some people do.
I would
mooch.
say you haven't left the nest. But
Okay.
as far as like mooching is crazy.
Some people are jobless and mooching off their parents.
Yeah, that's all I'm
but
saying.
not okay.
But
so benefiting off your parents, leaving the
So
nest.
the definition of mooching is to ask for or obtain something without paying for it. So I mean,
mooching. Mooching,
technically,
but we got into the. I first brought it to Bello, and we was having a conversation. We trying to figure out what is the borderline between you being on the nipple or being in the nest and not being in the nest. Besides literally living with your parents.
yeah, I think if you contribute a significant amount, then I don't think it's mooching.
Yeah.
If you're paying, like, let's say you live at your parents' crib, but you paid a mortgage or something.
That's
I don't
not
think you're mooching.
You're in your house.
Shit is mine.
Yeah.
It's not yours.
That shit is mine.
Or like if you contribute like half of the mortgage or something like that. Or to me, a moocher is someone who is not doing anything.
They just getting it
They
all.
just
all the
staying in.
benefits.
Yeah, they
Right.
just staying in. They getting all the
Eating
benefits.
cereal all hours of the day.
But
Freaking
but what's
watching
the,
TV all crazy.
is there a word for the comfort that I can do whatever job I want and not worry and do a bad job and get fired, knowing that I have something to fall back on?
I mean, are you still living
Because-
there or not?
Where?
At your mom's?
Yeah, I'm
or
saying
dad's
you
house?
may not call it mooching, but is there a part of people who they feel like that's their security blanket?
Oh,
like
for
they
sure.
feel like they could
Yeah.
go through life not as someone else who would have to worry about the consequences, right? Because they have something to fall back on.
For sure. For sure. I think that's definitely a comfort for most people, knowing that they can always fall back on that.
Exactly. It's a comfort, definitely a comfort for me.
But I ain't, yeah. And I ain't going back.
Nah, like just knowing, like if me stepping out, knowing that, like if I needed to, I can go back home temporarily before I find my other spot. That's comforting to me.
And it's your house,
Yeah.
right? It'll be passed down to you.
Yeah.
So
My brothers, all 7 of us.
Yeah, so it ain't yours.
it's yours, though.
A good percentage of it.
Yeah,
is.
it's yours. It's your crib.
I'm named after my father, so I'm the favorite.
That's one thing I was thinking about. I was thinking that too. Like, you guys have the same name.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, no. I wrote this wrong 100%. But yeah, that's what I realized throughout my trip. Like, I advise everybody, if you can, take solo trips, be safe, and it feels good to just
adventure.
It feels good to just be on your own rhythm. Like, you don't hear nobody's influence. It's just yours. You do what you want. And you just meeting so many new people. Like, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised about what you would do in a new place, in a new environment. You'd be surprised by what you do. Shit, I was doing some. Anywho.
What you was doing? Let's
tell.
talk about it, nigga.
Do
I
tell.
talk-
We
talked about
here.
Man, I was playing the drums. I wouldn't normally do that.
What?
I was playing the drums in the street.
All right.
I'm dead ass. You didn't see the video? He didn't see the video.
I ain't seen no video.
I saw the video.
I see the video.
You saw the videos on Instagram.
Nigga was making money in the streets of Toronto.
That's a fact.
Shaking that ass.
Hat was on the floor. Niggas was
That hat?
All right, moving on.
Bring it on to Shake.
We got a new segment on today's show.
All right, we got a new segment.
Yes. Shout out to the new segment.
Lily, I went to Toronto.
That I would like to call, that is called a react. So that's when one of us will bring up maybe a short story, article, or whatever that we want to read, and we want people's natural reaction.
I
to
like
it.
this segment. I like this idea.
Okay, so
How much of it was
So-
influenced by me? Continue.
what are your thoughts on this text correspondence? All right, so the person says, hey, my son is having a birthday party next week, and I am short $2,000. Can you send it to me? The responder says, why would I do that? She says, because the woman you are pursuing has a child, and we are a dual package. So my man says, you might just want to have a little cake and ice cream at your place. So if you was to receive a text like that, asking you for that large sum of money, how would you feel? React.
Hell no. That's my reaction.
I understand it though. I mean, she's right. When you are dealing with someone with a kid, they are a double package. If your girl, someone you're dealing with, asks you for money, you gonna give it to her?
If I'm dealing with her,
She said, you are pursuing me, which means they ain't together.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So she's being pursued. If a girl you pursuing asks you for bread, you gonna give it to her?
no,
No?
we ain't got that relationship yet.
Right.
No? What about you? She asked you for $50. Let me get my nails done. You gonna give it
Wait,
to her?
this is for the kid that has a
50
father.
and 2,000 is different.
Right.
If I'm giving you
2,000.
$50
What I'm
for
saying
them
is-
nails, I better be on every date with them nails for the next 2 weeks before you got to get it changed.
Yeah, them nails better be wrapped around my.
Ah.
Say it.
Pussy.
But they are a package. They are a package deal, so I get it.
Now, I get them being a package deal, but at the
Would
same-
you do it?
No, hell no.
All right.
All right then. You already know my answer.
What?
Hell no.
But why?
Because
What if you guys were together?
we could be together, but did you ask his father first before you came to me?
Obviously, the father's not in the picture. She's asking you for $2,000
Why
That's
would
not
she?
necessarily the case.
Wait, it's $2,000 for what again?
for the party.
For the party, for the birthday party.
Oh, she's
Take that
brave.
little
and
nigga
she
to
said,
cheese.
and she
She's
said,
bold and brave.
listen. She said she's
You,
short.
I didn't even meet the son yet. Like, what do you mean?
She said she's short.
You didn't meet the son.
$2,000.
Which means,
Which
She
means she
said
got 2
she's-
racks from the real father,
Uh-huh.
and now she getting another 2 racks from you.
That's her come up.
I can
or she only 2,000 short because she only put in 500.
Or she ain't putting nothing. It's all an idea. I just need $2,000, brother.
Yeah, you could be 2,000 short from zero.
I'll contribute. I'll bring some plates and forks,
I'll do that.
cups.
I'll
That's
do that.
tough. It's tough that she said that you are pursuing me, which means you clearly are not in a relationship with that
Right.
person.
Yo, which had me thinking.
The entitlement.
Women, right?
Women are entitled. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
Is
What I
that
am-
what you were saying?
What I am saying is,
Drew?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
all right, the
Nigga want us
game,
to just look at the camera. Just
the game
Tell
of
'em.
cat and mouse between men and women, right? Where we chasing each other for the most part. How we have to chase women directly, and they somehow they indirectly chase us. They set us up to do things, and kind of like they're the mastermind behind it. So it's kind of like, yo, we both want to do the same thing. I'm letting you know I want to do it,
Was those-
and they're indirectly letting us know they want to do it.
Those are evil
I'm bringing
hands?
this up to say, like,
Wait, talk about those are evil
those are
hands?
spear fingers.
I don't know what I don't even know what I did.
He said they set us up.
What I'm saying is, have you ever had a situation where you was dealing with a girl and you know what you want in the situation?
Pussy.
Cheeks. You don't think
Ass.
she wants
Shut the fuck up.
Go ahead, Gus.
you don't think she wants you don't think she wants the dick, but you try to figure it out, right? You're put into a situation where it's going to happen. Well, it's supposed to happen, right? She knows she's in the situation, but she's still front, right? It happens, but she acts like, "Oh, it's a surprise."
You saying
Okay.
like she's like
But-
playing hard to get.
No, he's saying he clipped already, and she's acting like it wasn't supposed to happen. Like it wasn't all a part of the plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
that's
it
what
was,
they're supposed
but
to
it,
do.
But what if they admit this was a part of the plan?
But they're not supposed to tell you it was a part of
But
the
what
plan.
if she tells you it's a part of the plan, which
You
makes
got-
you think like
What plan?
get
Yeah, I'm confused.
All right, so basically, have you ever dealt with a girl,
Nope.
right? Okay. All right, forget it. Have you ever dealt with a woman and you know what you want to do, your intentions is to smash?
Yeah.
You guys go back to the crib, but she's playing like she don't know why she's here, or like, and when it finally happens, she's like, oh, this wasn't supposed to happen, or like this.
Oh, she
I
don't
wasn't-
say that, but she act like her energy is it's not going to happen.
Bro,
it's not supposed
I've
to happen.
said-
But
I've-
her agenda is to still get it.
Got you.
The
I've
same.
said this
we both want
before.
the same goal, but we're playing two different parts. She's
I've
playing
said
hard
this
to get.
before, and I'll say this again. Women know who they gonna fuck before they fuck. So if you got it, you were supposed to get it.
No, I think sometimes you gotta do some convincing.
No. I'm telling you.
They still make you work though.
Of course they make you work. You have to work for it,
Not all
but
the time.
they know.
I mean, niggas fumble pussy all the time.
if women-
absolutely.
If she's pursuing you, it's easier to get. If she's not really pursuing you like that, you got to put in work. That's
Right.
what I think. If she's pursuing you, like if you kind of like, I don't want it. Like, it's if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. If you have that type of energy and she's pursuing you, you're gonna get it. It's gonna feel easy because she wants it.
Right.
Y'all
But if
still
she's-
put in. Good. Y'all still put in like the same amount of work for pussy that you did when you was younger.
No.
No. My situation is very different.
Shake you?
What work? What work?
What you mean?
When I was younger, what work was I putting in?
Did you not
Come
put in
on.
any work?
Buying the roses.
What?
You didn't put in no work.
Laughed them pennies off.
You still. This nigga stupid.
When I was younger, I put in way more work than I do. Than like now, it's not like I'm not thinking about pussy. But I think that's when it happens more.
But you gotta understand, like, it's an age difference too,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You know, the women we dealing with, they ain't trying to waste time. Back in the day, they had time to waste.
Unless you're dealing with some younger pussy.
Exactly.
Not like that. Why you look at me like that? That's not what he said. Yo, that's not.
Yo, y'all hear Gus laugh?
Yo, what I was trying to say was this. Younger as in like early 20s, mid 20s. That's what I was trying to say.
Got you.
Nothing under that.
All right, so you
See,
say,
but to it, my bad.
you say my fault. Like I don't have a mic. So we in our 30s, right? You talk about somebody that's probably 25 and younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wanted to say.
It almost wasn't safe for you.
But you gotta
No,
understand.
it wasn't safe.
When
Nigga.
they're-
I'm out here in the waters by myself.
When they
nigga,
in there,
swimming.
if you're the older guy, you're the prize.
Not always.
Okay.
But one thing I do notice is that the older you get, I always thought that the older you get, the less girls would be attracted to you. Like, I always thought, like, why would girls be attracted to olders? But girls always are attracted to, like, older guys. Like, when they're 20, when they're in their early 20s or, like, 18, they like the 30-year-old, the 35-year-olds and shit like that. And I never
Ladies in
understood
the
it.
chat.
Especially when they got daddy issues.
Ladies in the
Oh,
wow.
yes. No, that's a fact.
Ladies in the chat, does that ever transition, and what age does it transition from, or what age range do you think it transitions from?
What?
Females liking
Did you go
older
to high school?
guys, females liking older guys.
Did you go to high school?
Let him finish.
to them liking younger guys?
Did you go to high school?
Yeah.
All right, now Shay, continue.
Did you go to high school?
Yes.
Remember that dude that didn't go to your school? But
Yeah.
will pull
No,
up in front of the school?
I'm saying,
and-
what age is it that females start to tend towards younger guys?
Yeah, let us know in the chat.
Like,
When you
it's
say
like, it's
young
like
younger guys, you mean like
younger
your
than
age?
their age or
Their
younger
age,
than them,
okay.
because they usually aim for higher. Their
Shout
age
out,
or younger.
shout out Melody in the chat. She says, I just love a mature man. And I think maturity plays a big part. Because I think you could be a young nigga, and if you mature for your age, if you got your ducks in order, you'll get an older girl.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Especially if you got some, some sweat, you could talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Shimmer. Who got the keys to my
Ducks in a row.
No, Gus.
What did I say?
Ducks in order.
Who got the keys?
Ducks in a row, ducks in order. Reggie Porter, my guy, he says, females always had a thing for older men. And Lily says, we're attracted to maturity, but I actually like guys my age. I didn't like when guys were older than me. Lily, would you date younger than yourself? Melody
Great
says,
question.
I don't know why these younger men like me, LOL. Because they want the old. What's the, when y'all was, why are you laughing?
You stupid, nigga.
What's the younger, what's the oldest y'all dated when y'all was younger? Like when y'all was like in your early 20s?
I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I was a little bit. No, I was in a relationship in my early 20s, so I was locked down.
Be real. I know you cheated. I'm
No,
fucking with
never.
you.
Never
I said,
did.
nah.
Wow.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was married to the game.
Y'all nigga, my nigga. Faithful man. That's why I need y'all around me. Ain't nothing but faithful men around me.
That's a fact.
Right, Shake?
That's a fact. Shit.
Well, to answer your question,
I'm waiting for your answer, nigga.
Shake don't want to say.
What?
You ever dated an older woman when you were younger?
I wish.
No?
I wish.
I did. I always talk to girls that were older than me.
How much older?
4 years, 5 years.
Okay. I think when I was in my early 20s, I dated a girl who was in her early 30s. That was the oldest side. She had a 16-year-old kid. And one time, I pulled up in front of her crib, and her son came outside. She was in my car. Her son came outside, and the nigga was damn near my size. 16 years old. Looked like Chief Keef.
That's different.
Yep.
You about to get shot.
Look like Chief.
Nigga looked like Chief Keef. She's like, go inside the house.
Back to what I was
Y'all
doing.
played ball together in 24.
Right.
No.
Nah, but I definitely felt. Never
That's
dated,
crazy. Remember
never
when you dated
an
my
older
mom?
chick,
Right.
but definitely felt like the older women were
Catch this
like
crossover.
crushing. Like
Melody, who
45
says you
and up.
old?
Shout out everybody in the chat right now. If you in the chat, make sure you like and
Melody said, I am 37 years old. Melody,
Let
you
me
do
get a
not
year.
look 37.
Word.
what's next, y'all?
You do not look 37. And Lily says, I wouldn't date anyone more than 2 years younger than me.
When I was younger, I always wanted to only date people my age. It felt weird if I was dating somebody older or younger. That was just a thing I had to get over. But yeah.
All right,
But now you don't care.
Hmm?
What's the oldest? How many years above you would you go now?
It all depends on your vibe and how you look.
How many years, my brother?
I'm telling you, I just told you, it's not about. I'll go 10 years, 15.
What?
Yo, 10 or 15, either way?
Depending on how I look.
Not
Okay.
either way.
Nah, either way.
No, just
You said up or down. That was the
Nah,
question.
you didn't say up or down. You said up.
up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nigga,
Welcome
you
to
got
my
caught.
side.
Not me, nigga.
Welcome
Fuck
to my
out.
side.
Look at this nigga sinister. Come with
Welcome
me.
to my side. Lily says, I wasn't an Omarion or Bow Wow fan. I got called a lesbian for not being able to name the members of B2K. That sounds like
What?
bullying.
That's Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Everybody know that.
All right, we're going to move on to
I
the
can't
next
even tell you
segment.
that now.
Amarion, dancing nigga, rapping nigga.
Lil Fizz,
Lil Fizz, Lil Jizz.
Lil Jizz, I'm done.
That's
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Lil Jizz.
I love this button.
That's crazy. All right, moving on. We got news on the scroll. All right, there's a few things we could get into on news on the scroll today.
What's gonna be the first one?
First one's gonna be Gillie and Wallo podcast. Just signed,
$1 million worth of game.
just signed a milli deal. What was it? 100 mil. Trying to see it right here. 100 mil, give or take. I just watched the video of them signing the contract and them being emotional while signing the contract and that shit. It gave me a little bit of chills.
who
like,
gave him the bag.
Barstool Sports. Barstool Sports gave him the bag.
Honestly, low-key, I was waiting for them to get a deal because I knew they wasn't. I honestly was waiting for them to get a deal.
I thought they had a deal already. I thought they
Nah.
were like already.
They had a
signed.
contract, but it wasn't like this. It was,
Barstool has their own platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to $1 million worth of game podcast.
Right. I remember when I used to watch them for real, it was hilarious. I fell off,
And just that,
but I
like,
support them.
and you were telling me about their story, like,
Yeah. Gilly.
was one of you guys telling me?
Wallo, shout out to Wallo for real, because
That's a fact.
he came from doing 20 years in prison,
he did 20 years.
20 years, came home,
Damn.
built his platform on Instagram, you know, got
As a
popping
motivational speaker,
as a motivational
or
speaker.
person.
Started doing the podcast with Gilly. They blew up to do what they do, and then like not everybody out here is getting $100 million deals. So like that's a big step. But my question is, what does that mean for the spectrum of entertainment and podcasting? Like, you know, the fact that, you know, it's possible to get that. It's attainable. Like you could, you know, feed your family off talking shit, basically.
Yeah.
Well, entertainingly talking shit.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Like, what do y'all think is the future for this?
I think there's money out here to be made with it. If you get the right eyes on you, if you get the right following, if you get a big enough audience and they see what you're doing, it's like any industry, music, sports. If you're doing your thing and you get enough eyes on you, then you will get a bag. That's for sure. And 100 mil is like crazy.
It's up there.
Imagine
That's
doing
up there.
this
Gave him
as a
100 mil
career.
or 1 mil.
100.
100 mil.
I wonder how long it's for. Like
That's
on
a
the
great
time
question.
span.
I tried to
Right
I tried
now.
to look for it. I couldn't find it.
A lot of times that's for exclusivity too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which
How Joe Rogan, he got what? What was his deal with
I think it was
Spotify.
about
Joe Rogan's bag was
Like it was like-
controversial. That's
Yeah.
how you know. It's crazy.
it was like 300 or something like that for a year. No.
100 million. They got 100 mil. I don't think they showing what the
The length is the length
Yeah.
of time. But look, that's that you not going nowhere money.
Yeah.
Okay, you
right. Stay your ass here, money.
right here.
And if they got a good relationship, so be it. Like
Right.
that's a good come up.
Absolutely.
I mean, and shout out to Barstool for growing their platform.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm on their website and I didn't even know they had all of this, to be honest.
I don't even really know what Barstool
Shout out to
is.
Barstool
It started,
for you know what I'm
my
saying? It benefits both of them. Benefits
I remember
both of them.
watching
But
Barstool
seeing the
on like
value in it.
Snapchat and shit.
Yeah.
Like Snapchat stories.
They started off as like a regular sports page, and then you know they blew up into other things. So that's a great look, actually.
Shout out Jigga in the chat. He says that could be y'all. If they could get a deal, y'all can too. That's a fact, Jigga. Melody says I
get 50%.
I have no idea who y'all talking about. LOL, I feel old now. It's okay, Melody.
Why are you trying to feel old?
Reggie says,
I'm an old soul.
Reggie Porter says, shows you there's money in everything when you good at what you do.
That's a fact.
And Creative Myth says they got the same as Joe Rogan with Spotify. Big deal. I was pretty sure that Joe Rogan got 100 mil too.
Yeah, he got 100
But
mil, yeah.
at the time, Joe Rogan, that was like the biggest anybody's ever
he
heard.
I think he was the first one to
Yeah,
to
to get a
that
big bag like that.
exclusive bag like that.
Yeah.
Joe Budden was offered that deal too.
I don't know about that.
Not 100.
I don't know
Not
about
not 100.
I don't know. You know, the finances are still under wraps. We don't know what's going on with that.
Shout out to Mo.
And Same Music. Shout out Same Music in the chat. He says,
Yup.
She says consistency is everything.
Fact. They've been
Absolutely.
grinding for a minute.
Everything.
Joe Rogan's his shit says this article says that it was over 200 million.
Yeah, I thought it was 300. I thought it was 300 mil.
It probably was up. I mean, they said over.
Hey,
so
yo, what the fuck?
all the
Oh,
details
man.
sometimes don't get leaked out. There's probably like a bonus up front.
You know
and all
there's
that stuff.
you know
But
there's,
your man,
you know there's NDAs and those types of stuff protecting those.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you won't
Contracts
really
and
know for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
But for your man's in them live, I can't wait till we start touring. That's why I can't wait.
Yeah,
What's
I-
your thoughts about?
Can't wait.
I thought about this the
Facts.
other day, and it just reminded me when I was looking at Barstool Sports how I just saw Patrick Beverly he has a podcast on there. What is your thoughts on like celebrities and athletes and sports and I said
all y'all niggas don't need podcasts.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
I'll
are
tell
you
y'all that
interested?
now.
Like, do
No.
you go and watch, or does it strip away from what they do as a professional?
I love seeing them as guests because it's what you can't get on ESPN. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They're conveying feelings that you probably won't see on like the larger sports networks. But as far as like everybody having a podcast, I don't really want to see like, all right, somebody like Joe Budden, I don't mind him having a podcast because his journey was crazy. So to sit there and hear him talk about it is different. I don't, you know what I'm saying? The ups and downs, like what he went through in the industry, to see him come on a podcast and talk about it on a weekly basis, I'm entertained. Draymond Green, I kind of don't want to see you on a podcast. I'm sorry.
Draymond's podcast
it's entertaining.
is interesting.
It's entertaining.
It's interesting because he vocalizes his point of view as a player,
Right.
and there's a big debacle behind like the media and the players. So him doing his podcast after games and getting his message out there first,
Right.
is very smart.
Right. And I respect it, but my thing is, it's because I don't want it to be, because I don't have a problem with Draymond. I like Draymond.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a conflict of interest because you're doing this podcast, you know, you're saying your piece, but you don't know if it could be affecting something on the back end, like because of what you say.
Yeah, it's still filtered.
I think
Yeah.
it's dope that they
Because
could do
they're
that. I think it's fire that they could be signed to a organization like the NBA and still have their own thing on the side. Like, and I would recommend it. Like, why not?
I'm pro anybody who has an audience or a fan base of people who love you and want to listen to you in general. Start anything,
Right.
podcast, whatever.
Or even if you're a
Like-
rookie and you got personality, like
Yeah.
start your
'Cause
podcast.
what may not be for you is cool. Like, hey, I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking to these 20 people or 30 people or 40 or 50 or
All right.
100 or 1,000. Like, hey.
With that
So-
being said, look out for the Yeezus podcast.
oh,
It's
Oh,
coming
yo,
soon.
they gonna throw
It's
they gonna
coming
throw Kanye a bag if he starts a podcast.
Of course.
who?
Just people gonna listen.
He's canceled by everybody.
Yeah, all right.
Who's gonna throw Kanye a bag right now?
Trump.
All that shit gonna. Let's talk about Kanye.
Fuck it.
Kanye.
Next,
Klondike
y'all want
bar.
to talk about Kanye real quick?
Let's talk about Kanye.
Yeah.
Austin
Everybody
does it,
cancels.
but it's okay. We're gonna hit the button anyway. Not that one.
Let's talk about Ye.
All right. Kanye West. Yay.
Austin's
My
Ye.
fault. Yay. My fault.
Yeah,
Yay.
this is gonna connect with the last couple conversations about Kanye.
Austin said, you know,
Just real fast. What? Adidas has dropped him.
Adidas, Balenciaga.
Yeah.
It's
Chase.
Skechers told him no.
It's happening, guys. He is being canceled. Kanye West is being canceled.
No, it's happened.
No,
All right.
it's happening because
All right,
there's still
so-
people doing it. It's still active. Tomorrow you're gonna see something else. The next day you're gonna see something else.
Right.
I didn't even know he had his hands in that many things.
Yes.
That many deals, that many brands.
Skechers kicked him out the building. He went to
Yeah.
Skechers.
You lying.
I swear to God. Went to Skechers. He spoke to 2 board directors, had cameras rolling, had his people with him. They escorted him off the
If I'm
property.
Skechers, I'm taking that shit.
Right. I mean, but they making money. How
Of course, they making
Yeah,
money,
they
but
don't
with
need
Kanye, you gonna make a lot more. They said 5% of Adidas profit was lost.
Yeah.
From him just leaving.
Yeah.
Taking out. My boy was in a store. He was trying to return one of his Yeezy hoodies. They wouldn't let him return it, so he left. He ended up coming back. I guess trying to return it again. He said everything was cleared out. All the Kanye, all the Yeezy apparel was cleared out of the racks.
Shit, that shit.
And they would not.
Sale.
They,
I wish I was there.
he told me, he said he checked on StockX to see his hoodie's worth $250. He said it's $780 something, like $700 right now on
Yeah.
StockX in one day.
Yeah.
So all the Yeezy reselling is gonna be crazy, crazy.
I could have.
Here's my theory about this whole thing, and I'm sticking with it. I think he's doing this on purpose. I think he's purposely cutting ties, like through his actions, he's purposely doing this to cut ties with all his contracts, all that.
But why?
To be independent.
And do what?
It makes sense.
And do the
How
same thing.
do you go from and I can't understand what Kanye is thinking. He's in a different position, obviously. But how do you go from complaining, screaming at Sway, talking about you don't have the answers when he's
that
telling
was
you
years ago.
Yeah,
Just
but
put that out there.
right,
That was a very
but
long
telling
time
you
ago.
like, yo, you should start your own shit. But no, I can't. To now all of a sudden you just go.
It's
complete-
not.
Wait,
all-
he
it's
said- he
not
just
all of
said
a
Sway
sudden.
was
That's
right.
the reason why I just told you that was years ago, because it's not all of a sudden. Just because you said this 5 years ago doesn't mean that that's going to be your mindset in 5 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, he realized and learned, and in 5 years, all right, the play is for me to go independent.
What I'm saying
He
is
said
why
said
do
Sway
that?
was right.
Because
Right,
he-
but why do that? Why
because he-
why do that to go independent?
Because he reviewed, they said he reviewed some of his contracts and realized how much control that he didn't have
Yeah.
with certain products. That's why Adidas was able to basically mimic one of his shoes.
Yeah.
He didn't
and
have.
he called him out for that.
Yeah.
But why go to Skechers then?
Creative Myth says, conspiracy theory. Kanye did all the ranting to get out of his fashion deals because they were initially bad deals, and they won't let his restructure.
Because he don't look like a bad guy in this situation.
So why go to Skechers?
he getting rid of it. He don't want to be there.
No, he don't want to be with Adidas. He
But
went.
yeah,
he went to Skechers.
He wants to stay with Skechers.
It says
He wanted
Skechers
to go to
says
Skechers.
escorted Ye out of LA office after rapper arrived unannounced.
All right, but you know his intentions. We don't know his intentions.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
I think it's saying here, showed up unannounced and uninvited. The footwear maker has no intention of working with West. What reason is he going to Skechers if he's not trying to?
Oh, so he didn't have a deal with them already.
No,
he
they-
went there.
oh.
He just went in the office.
They're saying Skechers won't work with him.
Okay.
But you know what's
Right.
interesting?
Fine.
Know what's interesting? The fact that like it's like what we don't really say out loud is Jewish people control a lot of shit.
Everything.
And it's he said it. They don't like
Gus,
to say
watch it, brother.
He, nigga,
Watch it.
from that comment, from that comment, all his deals is being lost. Everything,
Yeah. He got
everything. We saw what happened with Nick Cannon.
He got dropped from Def Jam.
We saw what happened when Nick Cannon
Cannon
said
got
that
old.
statement.
To anybody out there, if you're in a bad deal that you want to get out of, go tweet some shit. Go say some shit on the
Yeah.
internet. They'll get rid of you.
To
real
those
quick.
That's
people.
burning the bridge, though. Why do that?
It's not burning
Fuck
the
it.
bridge. You know what it is?
Not
I feel
everybody
like
can do
at
that.
I feel like at the end of the day,
You
I
have to
think
have
that
fuck you money to do that.
If you in a shitty contract, right, and they slaving you, you not going to try to get out that contract? You not going to burn that bridge?
I'll burn a bridge. I don't have to go back.
If you
across.
feel like that relationship is one-sided, you're not benefiting as much as you should be. You're not trying to get out that contract?
I'm gonna try and get out the contract without
But you
burning
wanna-
the bridge, without
Why?
having
That's
people
hard to do.
assassinate my character.
That's hard to do, bro.
If I can.
It's hard to
Who's
do.
assassinating
Kanye
your
West
character?
after
saying I'm making anti-Semitic comments and all that shit. That's
just
like
say some shit. Just you don't even gotta say that.
all
to get
Kanye
canceled.
got.
Just say some.
I think
Say
Kanye
some-
West is still Kanye West. After all this shit blows over, he's still gonna be Kanye West. He's still gonna have his power.
Still
and he's
billionaire.
gonna start some shit. And he's gonna make mad bread.
The
I
next
agree.
album gonna be fire.
Yeah, and
Right.
and that's the thing too. It's like I wonder if they're gonna pull his music. Yeah, I think they're gonna pull his music off the
They're not
streaming
stupid.
networks.
no,
and shit
they
like
not.
that.
They definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly think
I don't think music should be.
I
pulled.
think Kanye after all this shit, he gonna be quiet for next year or two.
Nigga,
He gonna be
2024.
doing he gonna be doing shit behind the scenes that we don't know about. He's gonna be rekindling relationships that we don't know about, and he gonna be good again. This is all part of his plan. I'm sticking with that.
All right, next.
All
Let
right.
me read some comments. All right, we got Lily. She says Kanye is ill. Y'all mistaken an episode for his genius. Melody says Kanye is very smart. He's just emotional and has no filter. Reggie Porter says Ye does everything on purpose. All right, this last comment is a conspiracy theory by Creative Myth. He says Kanye did all the ranting to get out of the fashion deals. When?
Yeah, he did with that.
Yeah, you wasn't doing your job.
Oh, pardon me. Same Music says, you might burn the bridges, but the industry is small as hell. Everything and everybody is connected in some way.
Right.
And A Melody says, the real issue is that he doesn't have true friends who can help him filter his thoughts to the world. Nothing is wrong with his opinions. It just doesn't have to be heard to the world. I agree. I agree with that. All right, moving on. We're going to jump into our What's the Word topic of the show. What? Yes. Bow. Hit that button.
Hold on, before we do that.
Fuck.
What?
Before we do that.
The hell was that?
If you in the chat, hit the like button. I only see 2 likes on the analytics right in front of me. Hit the like button if you in the chat right now.
What did you want to do?
Nah, that's cool. It's cool.
Don DeMarco. All right, so what's the word of today's show? It's our main topic segment of the show, and we have a beautiful topic. A topic that
It's beautiful.
a topic that I think is very relatable to everybody on this show today.
Yes.
And it's basically, what does it mean to compete with yourself?
Stand in the mirror and look in your eyes and be like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So I'm gonna ask y'all real quick. What is self-competition mean to y'all?
Well, before I answer, I just want to say the reason why we're talking about this today, right, is because I personally think that sometimes people, they gear off saying that they're competitive and they say they only compete with themselves as an out, but not really understanding what it means to compete with yourself, right? So that's why, and I thought about it like, I'm a competitive person. I like to compete with myself, but I don't always compete with myself, right? But I like to compete with other people. But I know the difference. So sometimes I think the conversation is worth it to make it clear what the difference is between competing with yourself and competing with others. So I think...
What drives you more? Like, do you feel more driven when...
Yeah, I didn't answer the first question, my buddy.
Oh, my fault. You did a lot of
I think
there.
I would say when I'm competing with myself, I'm competing against my time. I'm competing against my family. I'm competing against my friends. I'm competing against the pleasures of life, right? Like, it's not just me saying, hey, I did this yesterday, I could do this today. Like, it's me saying, hey, I did this yesterday, but now I got to balance this and do this and do this, and I got to take care of my family, and I got to do this. I got to go work. Like, that's the competition that you're really up against. Anybody else?
I saw it differently. Well,
How'd you see
actually,
it? How the fuck I'm supposed to follow that?
I never thought about it that way. How I look at competing with myself is more simplistic. Because what you were saying is kind of like a balance. You know, if you said what you said.
Yeah.
All right.
You competing with yourself. You competing with your life.
Yeah. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
You so smart, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
All right. So when I
Why you look at me?
Go.
Nah, I'm going.
'Cause-
All right. So how I look at competing with myself is, as an example, if you didn't know, I'm a personal trainer. When I'm in the gym, whenever I lifted last week, I'm trying to pass that.
Yep.
All right, that's a simple way of doing it.
Yeah.
When I was creating content, if I made a hit video last week, I'm trying to do 3-4 hit videos this week.
Right.
It's just constantly trying to top what I did before.
Top yourself off from the week before. I'm just putting it into perspective so they can understand. Top
Yeah.
yourself off from the week before.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that sometimes in certain situations it's better for me to have a competitor, external competitor compared to my compete with myself, an internal competitor.
You see, that's the topic we had when he wasn't here.
Intrinsic,
Yeah,
extrinsic.
intrinsic, extrinsic.
Yeah, sometimes because it's still myself. So I know my own tricks and shit. I can be lax with myself compared to somebody else. They're still going. They still moving. And if I slow down, then it's like, fuck. Like, compared to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you keep going and I'm slowing down, that's like, I can visually see that and like, okay, I got to pick it up. If it's myself, it's like, nah, go to sleep. Nigga, because if I go to sleep, we both go to sleep.
Then where's
That
the
actually made a
where's
lot
the
of sense.
competition?
That actually made a lot of sense. I'm not
But
gonna lie.
where's the
So-
competition though in that?
What?
If you go to sleep, you go to sleep.
That's what I mean. That's when I say is in certain situations, it's better for me. I kind of changed the conversation a little bit, but it's better for me. I prefer to have a extrinsic competitor compared to an intrinsic competitor.
Got you.
Jake?
Yeah. Certain situations. What is self-competition
What does it mean to
to you?
compete with yourself? Yeah.
To me is to like just outdo your last. Like basically if I know if I did a video and I got, let's say I got 5,000 views on it, the next one I gotta reach for 10,000 or get as close to 10,000 as possible. Just knowing that I'm outdoing my best. Like, oh, you think this is my best? Nah, you ain't see shit yet. That's what I see when I'm competing with myself. I compete with myself more than I compete with others because it's like to outdo myself, like what I've done before, is more to me is more like motivational than me competing against somebody and beating them. Like that's easy. Like I know I could do that. Like if I work hard enough, yeah, I'm gonna beat you. It's not a problem. But to outdo myself, to, you know, maybe the night before, maybe I woke up at 6 a.m. No, fuck, I'm gonna get up at 4. I'm gonna challenge myself. Just to put in that work and then say, you know what, damn, I could one up that and just keep going, because at that point I feel like the competition won't end with me, but then that means the improvement won't end.
I got something to say. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I got something to say about that. Not to you, but sometimes when people be like, I only compete with myself, and I see like, and this is me just looking from my own perspective. I don't know what you're doing or blah, blah, blah. But from my perspective, I'd be like, yo, maybe if you competed with somebody, an actual person, you probably get further. Because
Which is true. I agree with you there.
Because if you're competing with yourself, you're still going at your own pace some way. Compared to somebody that made, in whatever skill or thing you're doing, that's already close to the goal that you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you see that person is, all right, let me go a little harder.
I think that's one way to look at it. But for me personally, a lot of times when I'm competing with other people,
Yo, me personally compete with other people. Take it easy, my brother.
Principal
My bad.
Pimp
Go ahead,
Cam.
go ahead.
You got this.
I
You
see how
got
you
this.
feel.
You got-
I see how you feel.
Wow.
Me personally, a lot of times I could get into this point of trying to compare myself. And I think it takes me out of the whole competition in general. Like when I want to, if I see someone that has something that I want or is somewhere that I want to be, I can compare myself and see just how far they are from where I'm at. And I'm like, damn, like sometimes it could not motivate me to do more to get to that point. But if I'm competing with me, all I have to do is look to see how good I was yesterday. That don't mean I have to ignore the person whose spot I want to be in.
Right.
But at this moment in time, all I can do is look at my feet and see exactly where I'm going. You feel me? Because it's a lot of times when comparison is the thief of joy. You're gonna be chasing this person.
Say that again.
Comparison is the thief of joy. It's in the Bible, brother. Read it.
hear
I
I was shining light on him. All right, don't do that. Don't do
Shout out
that.
light on.
on Jesus. But
He is the light, my brother.
But yeah,
Foolish.
I think it's easy for you to get into that point of comparing and losing sight on what you even want. Because sometimes you get into competitions with people, and that's not even what you want to do.
Right.
But you being competitive with this person just for the sake of being competitive. You don't even want what they want.
See, but I also, to add on to what you're saying, not to add on, but to
Rebuttal.
know this, like, you got to be careful. Like, if you're competing with someone that is ahead of you, to be okay with that, the fact that they're ahead of you, like, as in, like, okay, like, you put in the work, I didn't put in to get there.
Damn, 50. You run
You put in the work that I didn't yet
Nigga run out
to
of
get
air.
to where you are now, and I understand that. I gotta put in the work to get to where you are. I don't have to compare myself. I don't have to feel bad that I'm not there yet, because I understand that he put in the work already.
Right.
If you lose sight of that, if you're down and it happens,
So then it's
to
not
me,
a competition.
It is a competition.
That's what I was
I can
saying.
tell you it's a competition when it's like, I can do this shit better than him. Let me prove that I can do it better than him.
But to me, he's
Let
already
me-
ahead of
let-
you.
That's why I'm competing with him.
Yeah, you're competing against somebody who doesn't know you're a competitor.
Yeah, so
So they
That's
don't-
another conversation we had.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
we
a
did talk about that.
competition?
you can still do that. Yes.
It's not a to me. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like I can have like an aspiration. Like if I see somebody with a certain body type, like yo, I want that, and I compete with myself to go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nigga thought about a BBL.
That's not what I was thinking about. Go ahead.
What you was thinking about?
Think about Saucy
I was just
Santana.
thinking like Shake looking at a nigga like, damn, I wish I had a body like that. But continue, my fault. I'm sorry, brother.
Can't catch me, gay thoughts. Anyway, anyway, like you see stuff that you want, and it's like, all right, yeah, I want to get that. That's what I want. And then you put that up there. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna work for that. I feel like at that point you are competing with yourself to get up every morning to execute that goal to get closer to it. You're knocking down these little micro goals to get to the bigger goal.
you said-
And that's
what you
important. The
said-
micro goals is important.
Nah, but let's get back to what you were saying. You saying that me competing with somebody that's not necessarily competing with me is not competition. That's what you said.
I don't feel like it is.
Why?
Because in competing, somebody has to know, like, yo, you're my opponent. I need somebody to know, like, yo, I have to let them know, like, yo, yeah, I see you working, but I'm coming for that spot. You have to know I'm there.
But the analogy I gave shows before was if I'm in the arcade and I put my high score up, if I leave that machine, I don't know who else is trying to go at it until I go back to the machine and see if I'm still on top or not. So at that moment, whoever's playing that Pac-Man game or whatever, they playing to compete with me and beat my high score. I don't know about them.
Yeah, I remember
So
you
even like when I was doing the voiceover shit, right? Tony Baker, one of the top dudes in voiceover on Instagram and other shit like that.
right,
I'm seeing how often he posts. I'm like, I can do more.
right.
I'm seeing what videos he did. I'm like, let me see if I can do this better. Let me see if I can do a spin on it.
Right.
That's me competing with him without
No,
him
it's
knowing.
not. I don't see that as competing with him. You are trying to. What you're doing is you're saying, like, all right, he's putting out these videos. Yo, I got to put out this so I could gain the same notoriety. I can gain this. I can gain that. You're doing this to gain something.
But if I'm
So,
telling
but-
you
but
I'm competing with him, and my attitude is
Tony Baker don't
I'm
see you.
It don't matter. He don't have
see
to.
you. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, think about
With-
Kanye West.
with
He was
me-
just saying. He
with-
just said in an interview how like yo when he's making making music or something like that, he's thinking about the person that's on top. That's why he was beefing with Drake.
Thinking about the person on top and competing with the person on top is not
He
the
was
same thing.
he was
It's not
competing
the
with
same
him.
thing. No, he's not.
Nigga, hip hop is a highly competitive.
Hip hop is competitive, and when you know who your opponent is,
Everybody's
my nigga,
an opponent.
If I start rapping tomorrow, I'll be like, yo, I'm competing with Eminem. He don't know who the fuck I am,
So
so I'm not
I
competing
think-
with him.
I think I could kind of get what Gus is saying. Even if the person doesn't know that you coming for them, it's still you still are competing with them. Because if that's the bar that they set and you going for that bar, then you are in turn competing with them because you're trying
I
to
don't see it
you're
that
trying
way.
to beat them.
I'm not competition until you notice that, yo, he's right here next to me.
All right, let me read the chat real quick. Reggie says, your opponent doesn't need to know you competing with them. You can make someone your competitor just to keep yourself in a mindset to make sure you're always on top of your game.
No, that makes you a stalker. Go ahead.
Marquise Rose has a question. He says, why do you have the need to compete?
before we answer that, I want to hear Austin's thoughts on what we were just talking about.
Austin's a grown man. He could jump in when he wants.
I was looking up the definition of
That's what I just
compete.
did.
Strive to gain or win something by defeating or establishing superiority over others who are trying to do the same.
Right. If we not on the same level, they don't see me, we not competing. He's ahead. I can't start a business today and be, yo, I'm competing with Jeff Bezos. I'm not on the same level as him. Once I achieve that level and I'm looking at him eye to eye, yo, you know what it is.
But if you all are in the same
It does not
in
matter.
the same field.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't that
It
play a
doesn't
part?
matter.
If
I don't
I'm
know.
the underdog,
Earl Boykins was not competing with Kobe. We know that.
If I'm the underdog,
We know that.
right? If Tony Baker's on top, I'm the underdog. I'm already in my competitive energy. He got my spot. I want it. He don't know I'm coming after him. But I built myself up to the point where now everybody know me just as much as they know him. And I'm like, all right, now I got to do
you're
something more.
competition.
But when you're on the top,
Now you're
you
competition.
don't compete to stay at the top.
Yes.
Right.
You do.
But it doesn't necessarily, like, not everybody's competitive. That's what I mean. I don't have to, that's what I'm saying. Like, the person I'm competing with don't have to be competing with me.
All right,
You
so
just
this-
add,
Then it's
you're
not a
in it-
competition.
you're-
Hold on. This comment kind of just triggered a question for me. Reggie Porter says, if you start a podcast, you're automatically competing with other podcasts. Do y'all feel like
Yes.
we're in competition with
Yes.
other podcasts?
No.
Yes.
I think we are.
I don't feel
Yes.
like we're in
I think we
competition with
are.
other podcasts.
Yes, we
I
are.
don't.
We are.
Because we're trying to carve our own lane.
Right.
So once we carve our own lane and put ourselves in a certain position where nobody can fuck with us, why are we dealing with competition?
Because we're fighting
I'm
for
not dealing-
attention.
We're not on the level of a Gillie and a Wallo. We're
No.
trying to get there.
Yes, we're not
We're
on
trying
their
to get
level
on the
yet.
level of a Joe Rogan.
We're not
We're
on
trying
their
to
level
get
yet.
there.
But we're still fighting for the same attention
All right,
that
so
everybody else is fighting
for a position and competing is different. That's
How?
what I'm trying. Fighting for a position, trying to get to a position to where you're on the same level as somebody, or trying to be able to knock them off is different than you being eye to eye with them and saying, "Yo, you're not gonna one up us. We're right here. We're neck and neck with you."
So I see your ideology of what competition is.
You have
is
to
you
fucking
have to
notice
be,
I'm there.
All right, so
gotta
let me
be-
ask you this. Let
and
me
that's-
ask you a
that's-
quick
and that's
analogy real
different.
quick.
It's different for me.
You in a race, right?
Right.
You running track.
Uh-huh.
You zooming, boom. You Usain Bolt, bomba clot. You running, right?
It wasn't that
There's-
fucking fun.
Everybody is behind you. You see
Right.
nobody to the left or to the right of you. Are you competing or not?
When the race starts, there's competitors next to me. I know who's next to me.
Right, but you're
That's
no
a
longer.
bad analogy.
You're no longer.
That's a
They're no
bad
longer
analogy.
next to you.
Because I'm winning.
How?
Because I'm winning.
it's a race.
When the race starts, I know who my competition is. When we take off, if I get ahead of you, yes, you're behind me because now you're losing. But we were
I
competing.
think this is a better analogy.
That was a bad
You're
one.
driving.
That was a good analogy. Fuck y'all.
Drew, we're driving,
No,
right?
I don't want to drive.
Austin, you're driving.
I like dropping. No,
Right.
I don't. Go ahead.
You're driving, right?
Austin don't drive.
Whether you're on a motorcycle or not, you're
I give him
driving.
my
You're driving
keys, he
straight.
says no.
You're going at your own pace. You see somebody pull up next to you, looks at you, and then zooms off, right? At that moment, he wanted to compete with you.
At
right?
that moment, you had a choice.
He zooms off.
You have a choice.
He zooms off.
At that moment,
if
you have a
don't
choice.
speed up, in his head, he won.
Yeah, in his head, that's for him. That's
And
not
that's my
competition.
only point.
If you don't take the challenge, that's
competed.
not competition. That's not
I think
competition.
I'm gonna say this. We was going too long, but I think y'all both right in your own perspective. And
But I'm righter.
Nigga said
You're
I'm
not.
right.
You're not.
I'm listening.
My
I
analogy
can't-
was fire.
I can't fully support what you're saying. I can't
listen.
fully support what you're saying, but I understand both takes. Your analogy was bad.
I feel like
If you in a race
if
where
you-
all of y'all starting together and you win, like you don't see your competition? No, because
Okay,
I won.
all right,
You can
whatever.
make a competition out of anything. Somebody
Alright.
be minding their business, shooting free throws, doing their thing. You looking at them, I got to do one more than them. You're competing with them. You
Listen.
don't have to know you're competing, but you're
but if
competing.
my-
Marquise,
if my
Marquise
goal-
has a question.
But
Marquise
if-
has a
hold
question.
on, Marquise, can wait. If my goal,
Unbelievable.
if my goal is to make 500 shots and you're competing with me to make 501, I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
It
'Cause
don't
my
ma- it's
goal-
not about
My
you.
goal was to hit 500 jump shots and leave the gym. I don't care what you're doing.
I think his point is that he is competing.
with
right?
himself.
yeah,
Right, which
you know,
is
with
fine.
you.
But
With
and
himself.
and it's
And
fine to
he's-
compete
He's
with
not
yourself.
competing with himself though. He's competing against you. You just don't know it.
If I don't realize, if I don't see you as an opponent, you're competing with yourself.
I think you care.
All right, we're going in circles.
you
We're going in
asked the
circles.
guy who plans on shooting 500 that night. You're not you're not competing.
No.
But him on the other side,
Yeah.
he's competing with you. You don't know it.
He walks in the gym. Yeah, he walks in the gym and wants to shoot.
And I don't have to
1,000
let
jump
him know. I don't got to
and
let him
shoots
know that I
1,000
won.
Jump shots.
I don't
do
have to
whatever
let
you
him know
want
I
to
won.
do.
Alright.
I'm going home.
Marquise Rawls asked a question. Damn it. He says, "Why do we feel the need to compete?"
Because it's fun. It feels
You
good
was
to
gonna
win.
say as what, nigga?
Nah, it feels good to win. That's
What you was
why.
gonna say? Say what you was gonna say.
Nah, that's
what you was gonna say.
I was trying to think and talk
It
at the
feels
same
good to
time.
win when
It
your
feels
opponent
good
know you
to
won.
win.
To me,
It feels good to win to
feels
know
good
that
to
I'm
win when your
that
opponent know that you
I'm
won.
better,
that I'm
that
better.
I'll beat you.
Marquise, winning feels good, and winning is actually good for you as a man too.
Yes,
Competing,
In a book-
competing to lose is just as good.
Excuse me?
Competing to lose is just as good.
Competing to lose?
Yeah.
Or you mean like
I'm
just
saying if you lose
if you
in
lose-
competition, like you say,
Competition is a good thing.
I
Yeah.
compete because winning feels good.
Yeah.
You don't fucking always win.
No,
You don't.
this is what I'm saying. I compete to win. And the fact that I want to win is what drives you to compete.
that you want to win.
Right. I didn't say that I
you're
always
winning.
win. No. I didn't say I always win. But winning in a book that I'm reading, winning actually boosts.
You reading the book?
Shut up. Winning actually boosts testosterone. Like when you win, you actually feel better. It's called the winner's effect.
Right.
And for that reason, like certain boxers or shit like that, they'll put certain boxers against like an opponent if they're starting off to know that they're gonna beat them.
Right.
And that makes them more likely to win their next fight, no matter how, even if the person is more skilled than them.
But here's my thing, right? When I'm competing somebody, even if I lose, I feel better knowing that I left it all out there.
Okay.
I feel better knowing I left it all out there. I competed to the best of my abilities, even if I lost. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I could accept the loss knowing that I gave my best.
Okay. All right, let me ask you this.
Read that comment right there.
If it's a comment that agrees
Jigga
with their
says,
point,
Jigga says,
you're a
well,
loser.
Reggie says Gus 1, Shake 0.
That ain't something to read.
We're going to leave that there. But Jigga says Kobe Bryant used to
Damn, ain't
psychological competition against his opponents without them knowing. Mamba mentality.
And that's what all I'm saying is that person doesn't have to know I'm competing with them. They don't have to know. If I surpass them, I don't have to say, yo, I won. Nah, it's just for me. I needed a extrinsic
Good job.
competitor. But that person didn't need to be compete with me. That person was already good. He was doing good on his own. He didn't need to know that I was, you know what I'm saying? I seen him as a worthy competitor, him doing his thing, and
Yeah.
Do y'all
Reminds me
think-
of Kobe saying that I'm gonna make sure I'm the first one in the gym and I make sure that I'm the last one.
leave.
Yeah, Will Smith talking about he doesn't get off if someone's running on a treadmill next to him, he doesn't get off until that person
Yep.
gets off. Like he's
Will
gonna
Smith
beat you.
said that?
Yeah, like he
Yo,
said
when
he will die on that treadmill.
when I'm on a treadmill,
Will Smith?
yes.
when I'm on a treadmill and somebody's next to me and they got a speed extra,
Oh yeah,
I go
do
up
that.
extra 2,
I do that.
3.
But you ain't gonna. You could outrun me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Nigga, when I'm gassed, I'm gassed. Like I'm off this shit. Right. But speed, yeah, I do the speed shit. All right, let me ask y'all
I'll
this: Do
turn
y'all
that
feel
shit
like?
up on purpose just because I know you're doing it.
Do y'all?
Nigga, I'm going.
Watch your heart fucking explode.
Do y'all feel like competition is healthy?
Yes.
All competition.
No.
No.
Explain.
Like there's
What's unhealthy competition?
there's being competitive and then being obsessive. Now, when you get to a point where you're being obsessive, when you'll just do anything to win, to say that you won, that's not good competition.
Kobe was obsessive.
With the sport of basketball.
Nah, I think
With
it's
prac-
what all his life. His
He
whole
was
life,
he was
yeah.
competitive. Like everybody around him says that he was ultra competitive,
Michael Jordan too.
super obsessive,
Michael Jordan.
to the point where it almost feels like they're sick.
With the sport of basketball.
No, he's saying outside of basketball.
Outside of basketball.
Outside, like real life.
Yeah,
Like he was competing with everything.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, after a while, yeah, Jordan had a gambling problem. We knew that. Played golf, all types of stuff. But when it came to basketball, he was strategic with basketball. With that competitive edge came from was basketball. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I find is that most people who are really super competitive, they're competitive with everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they don't want to lose at anything. And if they lose, I think it becomes unhealthy when you can't manage your emotions after you lose.
Right.
boom, I agree with you.
I think that's
That's
probably
a
the
really
most.
good point.
Yeah, that's
a
the
really good
most
point.
unhealthy. Like
I was
I remember
thinking-
I used to play my cousin in 2K. Shout out to Fab. And he didn't like losing at anything. But when he lost that 2K, he would literally take the controller and throw that shit across the room. Break the controller, whatever. That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
There's no my other cousin used to punch the TV, punch the screen. Like when it gets to that point to where you know breaking shit, I think it's a little unhealthy.
But that's all your response, right? To losing, right? Like so, it goes into that matter of like sore winner, sore loser. Like you could have competed healthy the entire time, but you just react different to the results,
Right. So in that case, I'm gonna say that you have to handle losses well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Right.
like when you compete and you start cheating to compete, right? You
Right.
start not playing the fair game.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Shit.
That's what I meant by do anything to win.
You can't cheat in 2K.
That's what I meant by do anything to win. Like with Kobe and Jordan, I'm not saying that. Of course, they was obsessive, but that's why I kept mentioning the sport of basketball. But like there were some people, they'll go out their way to do other things in order to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I cheated one time. I was racing, right? And the race, the deal was whoever get there first, park and get out, they win, right? I got there second, but I stole somebody's parking spot, like they spot. They were backing up, and I said, "Whoo!" Took the spot. I cheated.
How do you
but I
sleep
still
at night?
won. I feel good. I got that one.
Like a fucking baby.
I slept
Like a
real
fucking
comfortable.
baby.
Real fucking comfortable.
Marquise Rose says competition can be healthy in some aspects, especially in sports where there's a clear loser. In other aspects of life and or business, collaboration is much more better than competing. Would y'all rather compete or collab?
Compete.
I'd rather collab.
I compete and then collab.
Choose one, nigga.
No.
Nah, pick one. You gotta pick one.
Don't
I'm
compete
picking
with me.
compete.
Don't
I'm
compete.
picking
Pick one, nigga.
No.
This nigga's-
I've been in situations where I've competed with somebody and then we end up being on the same team and see that we work well together.
So you
What
saying
would you
compete.
rather? What would you
Which one would
rather?
you
It's
rather?
one.
Huh?
Either, which one? You got to pick one.
What would you rather?
You yelling, nigga. I don't know who the fuck you talking to.
What would you rather?
Just don't ever whisper at me. Next.
Which one would you pick out of the two?
I like competing.
Okay, I'm gonna say collab.
You pick compete?
Yeah,
I
nigga.
pick compete too.
Yeah, I'd rather collab.
Shit. Collab is like, gotta deal with
I
people.
can't beat you. I gotta be your
But
friend.
to have an
Ah.
opponent,
Sometimes you know you could beat the person, but if you come together, you could go to better heights. It could be better.
I'd rather compete with
the
you
team
first.
of I, nigga, the
I'd
team
rather
of
compete.
me.
I compete with you first to see what you're made of, and then it's like, okay, now we can collab on something.
Okay, I can see
If
that.
you're in the chat, write how many times we said compete in the last 30 minutes.
I want a battle, nigga. I always want a battle, nigga.
I'm
looking for something.
Liana, nigga started looking around. Liana says it's intrinsic survival of the fittest. Yes, I agree. Reggie says competition is what breeds progress. There's a reason why corporations aren't allowed to have monopolies. Yes. Love Lavender says you're lacking in something and trying to make up with something else.
Well, if you want to be
Wait,
competitive.
if you wanna be
competitive. I said competitive. I'm stupid.
You are. I thought I gave you that.
You want to be competitive?
She also says all competition is not healthy.
True.
And most competition is healthy.
I think when it comes to unhealthy competition, it's like, what are you waging? Like, what's on the line for you when you're competing? I think if it's just like, if your self-esteem is on the line, that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all.
Losing can affect your self-esteem.
Right.
Competing in your relationship
Yeah.
has a
Yeah.
very thin line
Yeah.
of
Please,
being unhealthy.
please don't.
Toxic competition.
It has a very thin line.
You
of
can't
being
be competing with
unhealthy.
your partner
Right.
because
You
some
can, but that line
you
is thin.
you can, but there's certain things that you know you just shouldn't.
Most
Just-
girls don't want to compete with you though.
What?
Are you crazy?
What?
Yeah,
In what?
meet my family, nigga.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What you talking about?
Wait, who y'all with? I'm talking about like relationships.
Yeah, relationships is always
looking at him.
Yo, relationships is always competitions, man.
Like what?
Nigga, who do shit better? Who's right? Nigga, that's the main competition.
Who's right?
Who's right? Who's right? Who's wrong? That is the main competition
Yo, sometimes
in
you
a
gotta,
relationship.
sometimes you gotta learn when to just accept the L.
I got bashed on
Because-
TikTok for saying I won. Remember that shit we was talking about? We was talking about arguments in a relationship, and you was talking about when the girls cry, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's how I know I won. Niggas on TikTok was going crazy on me.
That's unhealthy competition, my bro.
Exactly.
Do you ever compete when you're having sex?
Yes.
Nigga, what's the competition? I nut once, she may nut multiple times. There's no competition there.
But who
she
nut-
wins.
Who nuts first? That's the competition. I know she gonna get 9 of hers, but
generally, who gonna get better
she gonna get
Oh my God.
She
It's like who pleased who better.
She
That's the
gon-
competition.
She gonna get
I'ma
9.
please you
She
better
gonna
than
get 9 of her nuts, right? But my one, my one gonna be hard to get out.
Listen, you're not gonna win that battle every time.
Competition.
I
There's
don't,
no competition. Nah, nuts.
I don't compete there. I compete with pleasure.
Lucky you
man.
get one.
I'm gonna pleasure you more than you pleasure me.
That's a fact.
That's
I
my
can't promise
competition.
that.
I can promise that.
I can't promise that.
I'm gonna promise that.
It may happen, it may not. I'll tell you that.
I would get my nut.
I'll tell
That's
you
all
that.
I'm saying.
I might not even get mine.
Yo,
But
if she go to sleep after, you won. If she go right to sleep after, you won.
so
What if
whenever
she
she
got
don't
one
fall
eye
asleep, you
open, though?
lost. Whenever she don't fall asleep, you lost.
See, you bringing a negative connotation in there. Don't do that.
Imagine you done. She like, oh, all right, I'm about to go for a jog.
Start stressing. Nigga.
Look at this robo bitch.
All right, there's one more topic I want to discuss when it comes to competition. Sometimes I feel like people choose to compete when they are trying to what is funny?
People choose to compete. Back the fuck up.
You got the powerful peas over there
I'm
popping.
not even gonna lie. I don't hear the emphasis.
You got powerful
don't?
peas in progress.
You gotta turn your headphones down.
People choose to compete
Damn, bro.
when they're trying. Shout out Prince in this chat. Shout out Section 2 in the chat. too.
What's up, y'all?
Shout out
What's
to
up?
my guys in the chat. Yo,
least you're not
people
doing
choose to compete a lot of the times when they're trying to hide an insecurity. And I find that a lot of the times you'll have people who may be in your circle, maybe not. They feel insecure about something, so they want to jump up and be like, oh, I can beat you at this. Just because they feel inferior to you.
Right.
And they want to show that they can beat you.
That was my chop my cheese. When I
What was
was saying
it?
how people like try to compete with me like with being funny, and it's like I don't do that. Like if you're in front of a group of people like, oh, this nigga ain't funny, I'm just gonna look at you like you're stupid because you're trying to compete with me in a field that you're not well versed in.
I'm funnier than you, nigga.
That's nice that you think that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it before to where I wasn't completely secure in myself, and I would challenge someone to a competition.
What kind of competition?
It don't matter. I'll
Nah,
fight you.
what
I'll bite you.
What?
Pause.
What? What? Wait
Hey, yo,
a minute.
what the fuck?
What I'm saying is, it could be anything.
What?
If I-
Give us a live.
basketball. All right, so
okay.
basketball. Even though I'm not, that's not something I should be asking anybody to compete with.
Right.
But I remember when I was younger, there's like people you meet who you just admire, kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
And whenever you get the chance to win at something, you like, fuck it, I'm gonna challenge this nigga. And if I beat him, I feel good because I beat someone that I admire. That's what I'm trying to say.
I've had situations where I was in an open gym, and I don't like to get picked last. I was picked near last. I wasn't last. I was near last.
Yeah, that chip on his shoulder.
And from that point, I said I'm gonna guard
The
the
best
best player on the other side, and I'm
Facts.
gonna shut him down. And that's what I did. And
That's
everybody
my-
was like, "God damn, this nigga not chilling." Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
here
my
for.
I
favorite
see a lot
part.
of people do
I'm
that.
showing you why. Now I'm competing with you directly, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm competing with your whole team, clearly.
Yeah.
But like,
Is that
you're-
an insecurity thing though?
Nah.
I was insecure because I was picked.
Oh, yeah,
last. I
'cause
was
he's
like,
picked
damn,
last.
like I just feel like I'm below everybody here. Like everyone just
So
looked
now
at me.
he's defending the best player. Like, yo,
defending your ego.
I'm defending my ego, and I'm using my competition to do
he's
that.
guarding the best player to be like, you know what, this is why you should have picked me first, and then shut him down. That's the best feeling ever.
So
When somebody feels that they better than you, and then you shut them down,
and then you get your respect.
and then
so
you get your-
competing off
yeah.
of ego.
What is it like to be on the opposite end of that, though? Like,
What?
what is it like to have like a friend who
wants to compete. against you.
always wants to compete against you, and you feel like you can't chill out? Like you feel like you can't not be on your A game and relax around this guy. Is
Annoying
that
as-
motivating to you, or is that annoying?
Annoying as fuck when you're not in the mood to be competitive. You could have just come over to chill.
Or the person is no competition is like, It's like,
Huh?
He
got
said,
quiet.
or they're no competition.
yeah.
Right.
So if you
Yeah.
compete
I
with
think
me,
it's
but
gonna
I know
continue.
you're no competition, it's like me trying to play basketball with y'all.
Like you trying to play me in
Yeah,
chess
but
every
it-
time.
I'll
Like,
whoop
you
your
trying to
ass,
fight
nigga.
me.
Fuck out of here. But me, I'll go into the
Like you trying to fight Bello.
Drew. All right, I gotta stop playing.
He gonna fuck you up.
All right, Drew. Remember, I'm stronger than you. Remember that. But
What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
nah, like that's like me. I'm not playing basketball off of ego, but that's like me trying to compete with y'all with basketball. Y'all like, I don't want to play. Like it's no competition to
Yeah.
you. It's not doing y'all. It's not doing. It's just like
If
if,
you
we're,
took
if we're
it-
playing one on one.
If you took
we're
it
playing
seriously, I
one-on-one-
respect it.
If we're playing one on one,
Yeah.
it's like nigga, I'm just gonna get tired. Like I'd rather use that energy for something else.
Right.
But you still talk shit. That's the thing. Even if you're not on the same level as that person and you win.
Oh yeah, nigga, it feels good. But I'm
Right.
like, the
but I'm
difference-
saying
the
like you
difference
still
is-
have to be on guard because that person, if they win, they kind of feel like they have a one up on you when it's not the case. Even if you know what I'm saying?
Sore
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a sore winner.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a sore winner.
Just the
It's just
fuck
when
you
I
are.
You
win.
just saw.
Wow.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
All right, one
on
more
the
question.
roll.
One more question.
He's on the roll.
Is Dirty Mac in a form of competition?
It is a form of competition. It is a form of competition. It is a.
My nigga
It's a form of
Austin.
competition.
Let's bring it to the motherfucking table.
I'm trying to get one goal. Which
Let's
is
bring
shorty,
it to the table.
And if I feel like, yo, you may get that, I gotta throw some salt in your name.
That's crazy.
That's the unhealthy
That's-
competition.
That's crazy.
Yo, you a
I
hater.
don't do that.
You what?
I don't do
Nigga,
that.
you do that
I
shit.
don't do that.
You do that
Yo,
shit. On
we-
multiple accounts, people
Hey.
have called you out for dirty
Hey,
macking.
I have never.
Why do you feel the need to
I
dirty
have
mac?
never been in the presence of someone actively bagging somebody and I threw smell on their name.
Can you say that you've done something without purposely trying to do something? You've made a
If
comment.
it's on accident, yes.
Okay, but you've made a
This man is a
comment.
lawyer right here.
You've made a comment and said something to where you may have said something to kind of throw off the game a little bit.
Nah,
Have you ever competed without knowing that you was competing?
no.
What?
You ever?
'Cause how do you
like
know?
you were competing without you even realizing that? Oh shit! I was
Actually-
competing with this person. Like it just felt like it was there. Like, 'cause you're a competitive person. You
Nah,
may
I
have.
never
You may
did it.
have
Never did it by accident.
entered this
This
unhealthy
nigga,
competition.
his lawyer.
You may have entered this
I have
unhealthy
never-
competition.
Are we
I
gonna
have-
bring it to the table or no? We're not gonna talk about it.
Nah, we
No?
ain't got time.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. What?
Nigga, the situation, the dirty
Nigga,
mac.
that was not dirty macking. We all was chilling as a group. That's it. That's all it was. We were chilling as a group.
Hey, take
Stop
it.
banging the
That's all I'm
table.
saying.
Yo, let us know in the chat what y'all think. What y'all think of dirty mac? What's the point of this?
Shut the fuck up.
Who, me or Gus?
Both of y'all.
What the fuck did I do, nigga?
He don't want you
I'm
to tell
trying
the
to
story.
have a show. Same music says a friend that's always trying to compete with you sounds annoying. They must be jealous or something.
Yeah. Like, you know, a friend is competing with you is like every time you excel, they don't really congratulate you like that. They kind of talk about themselves.
Right.
So that's like
Right.
that's a sign to look for. When,
Yeah.
When it's unhealthy.
It's like, yo, Austin, you just built a computer. Oh, shit. Word. Yo, I got to build a computer, yo. I was thinking about building a computer last year. I didn't really do
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
After I built this rocket ship,
Yeah, I think that's that's like when you have
you
a
built the
friend,
computer, I built the fucking spaceship.
when you have a
nigga.
friend that's never happy when you're excelling, like, and you know they care for you, but they never really like outwardly like, yo, my nigga, you did your thing. If they more like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
like you always doing something. Like when they
I
like,
think that's okay.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm not giving you congratulations if I just lost. Like, we could be friends and we could have a healthy competitive relationship, but I'm not giving you no crazy congrats after I just lost. Good game.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm
But,
talking
like,
about
if I
more
see you,
so.
if I go to a game that you play and I'm not there, I'm supporting you, of course. Like,
Right.
I'm oh shit, you hit that 3 out. But when I'm competing,
We talking about life though. Like,
Yeah,
what if he?
I
What if he
could
just
apply that to life too.
really?
Yeah.
So if someone you know had like a promotion at work, right, and you were denied that same promotion, you're gonna feel some type of way.
What?
Is that another bad analogy? God damn.
I don't see how
No, it
that
wasn't
is
bad.
competition.
I'll put it to you this way: like when, all right, so say me and Austin playing ball, right? If me and him is on the same team, it's all love, everything is cool. If he goes on another team and he's playing against me, that's not my man's.
Yo, what
No,
he was
no,
talking
that's
about
not
is
what
what
we're
I
talking
was talking about. What I was talking about
What you
was
talking about?
when your friends is competing with you with life shit.
Right.
Not about games. I'm talking about life shit. You get a new job.
Yo, I just bought
he
a crib.
Need to get a new job.
Yeah, I just bought a crib. Damn,
You
I
get
gotta
a
start
new
looking for a crib.
car. He get a new motorcycle. Like he's trying to. You get a new girlfriend. He get a new girlfriend.
I'm
That's
trying to think.
different.
Like,
Like-
I have friends who we move up together.
Yeah.
We compete, but we move up together. So it's not like I advance and then I don't support their advance. Like if you feel like you're competing with me, I'm also helping you at the same time. So it's
Right.
kind of I
But
don't think
it's different
I
when
don't
they-
think I've been in a situation where that person was just constantly in competition with my life. Whereas
Competition with someone's life.
yeah.
It's different when they like rub it in your face though. If you're rubbing it in my face trying to get at me like, yo, I got this new car. What you doing? Da-da-da. Like then I'm not going. Like I'm be like, all right.
But see, I was talking about it from the situation of you're not competing with this person's life. You doing your thing.
Yeah.
But that person is competing with your life. So you excel in something, you bring that news to them, or you let them know whatever like that, and then they have some type of reaction to it.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even seem like a person I would talk to.
I was about to say that jumps out of the conversation of competition and saying, hey, who's in your circle, right? Like who are your friends? Who are your
All right,
No,
let me
but
get into these comments real quick, and then we gonna wrap it up. All right, so shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for being
We need
lit.
everybody in the chat to go like the
go
video.
like that video right now.
If you don't like the video, people not going to see
Go
it. If
like that
people don't-
motherfucking
and
video.
If people don't see, how we supposed to get the 100
We got
billion?
8 likes and 20 people
How
in
we
here.
supposed to get the $100 billion deal?
Marquis says, question,
Whoa,
can you
whoa,
accomplish the
whoa.
same goals in the
Whoa.
same manner without competing? Yes.
Same goal, same manner.
Oh, that question was for you?
No, it's for everybody. I'm just saying.
Reggie Porter says,
don't have
I
to be allowed.
disagree.
No, for me.
I think competing with your friends helps you level up. When they level up, it's up to the individual if they choose to do better because you're doing better, or if they wish for your downfall. Prince Smith says, I'm not competing, but doing the most.
Q Bevs in the chat? What up, bro?
Yeah.
What up, Q Bevs?
I see you in there.
What else we got? Prince Smith also says, I be laughing at those that get into competition, shaking my head. It's sad. I really be feeling bad for them.
What's up,
What
John
people
in
who
the chat? What's
feeling bad for
good,
people
John?
who get in
Yo.
competition
Yeah, for
with you and
people
you're
for
not paying
people who
attention?
get into competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, everybody has different things that drives them. Some people need that competition to feel the need to even get out of bed. Some
Right.
people they don't care for it. They
Some
just want to
people-
focus on themselves.
Some people drive manual, some people drive automatic. You know what I mean?
I do both.
You know your way around.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, yo. We had a great show today. Once again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out Prince Smith, A Melody.
Make sure y'all
And like
thumbs
the-
up and like the video.
Shout out Reggie Porter.
And if you're
shout
not
out
subscribed, please subscribe.
Jigga, Creative Myth, Marquise Rawls. Shout out Section 2. Shout out Same Music.
Yo, matter of
Love
fact-
Lavender.
Matter of fact, everybody in the chat, I need y'all to do your mans and them live a favor. I need y'all to get at least 2 people to watch the show and subscribe to the page. If y'all all get at least 2 people to watch our podcast and subscribe to the page, we will make it. That looks crazy.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Listen, y'all, we on the road to 1,000 right now.
On
1,000
the
subscribers.
road.
We need y'all to let people know, share the page, comment. If you haven't subscribed, or subscribe now. Yeah, we had a great show.
Please share the podcast. Let the people know that your mans and them live is your source of entertainment on Wednesdays.
You just finished watching your man's in them live. My name is
What?
Whoa. You just finished watching your man's in live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
Yes, sir. I'm your man's Austin Felix.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in a random studio in Brooklyn, New York. This is your man's in them live.
Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to Kyrie class.
Yes, sir.
Hope you had a nice time at that Knick game.
I hope they lost. Yes.
You are now watching your man's in them live.